This is teaching Bishop Willie Dixon of a Cry for a Generation ministry. We're glad to be coming to your home by CD or by DVD or by the internet. We thank God for this opportunity to preach the gospel. God had put a mess up on my heart in the midnight hour. In the midnight hour. You know, the midnight hour is the darkest part of the night. Everything is just about at rest in the midnight hour. Uh, my mind is go back to Paul and Silas when they were locked up in a Roman jail, and they were locked up because they were doing the will of God, and a person got delivered, a soothsayer, a person that was bewitching people, tricking people, and they followed Paul and Silas for about 3 days. And they were trying to deceive the folks and say, these are great men of God, great men of God. Trying to keep the people from really looking at who they were. They thought they were fooling Paul. And after 3 days, Paul got vexed in his spirit. And he turned and he cast that spirit out of the woman, or out of the person. And for that, the people of authority within that town, they put Paul and Silas in jail. And they whipped them. And at midnight, Paul and Silas began to pray and sing. As Paul began to pray and Silas began to sing, at that midnight, at the hour of midnight, deliverance came. The jail was shaking and the doors were open. And the people got delivered that were in the prison. And they got out of the prison. And the jailer was going to kill himself because all the prison had escaped. And Paul and Silas, Paul reached forth his hand and said, do thyself no harm. They all is here. And all the people was in their cell. And the jailer took Paul and Silas home with him and gave them supper. Let them eat with their family. Well, I said all that to get to a point. In the midnight hour is the hour of your trouble. The darker part of your life, or the darker time of your life. Maybe you have a habit. Maybe you're on drugs. Maybe you run the street. Maybe you just bound by habits, and you need help. You need deliverance. Maybe you got bills need to be paid. You don't know how they're gonna be paid. You got needs to be met. You don't know how they're gonna be met. And that give you a midnight. That put darkness up on you. Trouble. Usually trouble come in midnight. Trouble usually come when it get dark, and all the little creatures of the night get about their business. Well, spiritually in midnight, the devil and the demon and all the spirit get about their business to oppress you, to depress you, to make you feel like God is somewhere that he's not, that God don't hear you, that God don't love you, that God can't meet the need. So he brings darkness in your mind, in your life. He brings hopelessness to you, and you don't know what to do. Maybe death come upon a family member, death in your family, your mother died, your father died, and you don't know what to do. You're so loaded down and depressed, and you need comfort, you need help. Well, in the midnight hour, the Lord will deliver and set free. In your most troubling time, in your most confused time, in your time that you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do financially, you don't know what to do spiritually, you just don't know what to do with your life because the devil got a foot up on your neck and you don't know what to do. You can't get loose and you can't go forward, you just can't move because the devil don't oppress you so in your mind and cause despair to be upon you. I imagine if the devil could have got away with it, Paul and Silas would have been in that jail depressed and felt like, who gonna come and get my pay my bond and get us out of jail? We ain't did no wrong to nobody. Why they put us in jail? So the spirit of depression could have came upon them. The spirit of hopelessness and doubt could have came upon them. But because they sought God and they refused in their midnight, in their hour of trouble, in their dark hour, they refused to just let it go as a random act of something that can't nobody do nothing about. So what Paul began to do is pray and seek God. And Silas said, well, while Paul praying, let me sing a good hymn. You know, when you're in a good deliverance service, the preacher get to praying and reaching out and laying hands on you, ministering to you. Then a song, they begin to play a song. You have the psalmist to sing a song, and they sing a soft song. They don't get over the prayer, but they sing it, and what it do is give an atmosphere that God can come in and meet the need. When we're in our trial, in our midnight, in our trouble, what we need to do is set the temple for healing, for deliverance, for a miracle. We need to begin to change the atmosphere by praising God, by worshiping God, by singing songs of praise to God, and by praying and talking to Him, telling Him about the problem, addressing what's going on in your life. You may not want to tell nobody else. You may not want to tell your preacher, your bishop, your apostle, your priest, but you can always go on your knees. Always go in your place of prayer, your prayer closet, and you can talk to God. I recommend you pour out your heart to God and don't hold anything back. And you let Him know what's going on, what's troubling you, what bothering you, what stumbling block you done came to that you can't get paid, and just tell Him about it. Just begin to pour out your heart and your mind and your soul. See, people will have you to think, well, God ain't gonna hear your prayer. But anybody that come to God with a right spirit, with the mean, with the desire to be delivered, I don't care how your midnight that came upon you. I don't care how trouble them came. I don't care how the storm is traveling all around you and hitting all around you. But God able to deliver you out of the storm. He able to cause you to have hope and joy in the midst of your midnight, in the midst of your struggle. You know, we have struggle in this life. We have hardship. We have things come up on us that we don't know what to do. Sometimes you got bills you can't pay them. You working a job. Sometimes you working two jobs and you can't get all your needs met. You ain't getting enough hours. You ain't making enough money. Something happened with the kids. Something happened with the car. Something happened with the insurance, and you can't afford to pay it. Or something happened. You get sick and you can't work and you be laid off of work and you don't know what to do. Well, that's your midnight. That's your hour of trial and trouble. That is your hour of confusion. That is your hour of helplessness, and you need some help. You need to be delivered out of your midnight, out of your trouble. You need to be delivered out of the thing that caused you to doubt God, the thing that caused you to shut down in your mind. You can have so much trouble, so much trial, you literally can shut down in your mind. You can have so many problems with your kids and not knowing what to do. They're getting in trouble. They're going to jail. They're being sentenced to prison, and you don't know what to do. But all you got to do is call upon the name of the Lord. All you got to do is put that problem before the Lord. Go before Him in prayer. Go before Him in earnestness. Jesus went before His Father 3 times. The first time He went, just before He got ready to be crucified or offered up, before the soldier came in at Him, Jesus began to have a midnight. He began to have a crisis, and he was troubled in his spirit, and he needed some peace. He needed to be delivered so he could do what God told him to do. So he got his crew with him. He said, now, y'all stay right here. Stay right here. And I'm going to go over a little from y'all, and I'm going to pray and reach out. But I want y'all to pray and touch and agree with me. One will put 1,000 to a flight. Two could put 10,000, and so on, and it increase. He said, now I want y'all to pray with me, throw in with me, that I can get the victory so I can do what I need to do. They went to sleep. They didn't pray. That's what we do when our trouble comes. We get out of mind and we go to sleep. We get out of mind and we don't know what to do. We get out of mind. We just sit around and just let the enemy come in. The enemy advances when you get out of mind. When you don't know what to do, when you got tired, you feel like it ain't no way out, and then you just give up. And Peter and them just went to sleep. They were tired and they just went to sleep. They closed their eyes and had a long nap. Jesus came and woke them up. He said, can you pray with me just a little longer? He come back again. They went to sleep. So when he came back the third time, he looked at him. He said, y'all sleep on. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'll reach out. I'll pray. I'll seek God. I see him in this by myself now because all my help is sleep. That's what sometimes happens when you need help. When you need your preacher, when you need your bishop, when you need those that watching over your soul, when they done got out of mind, they done got tired, they done found something better to do, and now you need help. You ain't delivered. You need your midnight to change. You need some light. You need some sunshine. You need an open door for you. You need an open door for your family. Your family about to be put out, and you don't know what to do. Nobody to help you. Nobody got the money to help you, or nobody want to help you. Maybe you done messed up a few times, and you done alienated people from you, and you just don't know what to do. Well, God got your back if you will reach out. Cry out in your trial. Cry out in your trouble. Cry out in your confusion. And cry out when people do you wrong. And they did Paul and them and locked them up. Paul and them hadn't did nothing in the world to be locked in on jail. But yet they were locked in a jail. Sometimes you done did everything you know to do. And you done sought God. You done prayed. You done cried out. You done obeyed God. You done paid your tithe. You done went to church. You done read your Bible. You done prayed. And look like you ain't getting nowhere. Look like the people that you trust, the people that you fell in love with, they walk off. They found somebody else. And they don't want you no more. You look at these talk shows, it's ridiculous how these men do these women just walk off. Then these women have these men and they sell their car, they do this to them, they fight them, they just bring them down and they don't know what to do. Well, let me tell you what you do. You seek God. It's the same way when a man did everything he could for his wife, everything he knows to do because he loves you, and you turn your back and walk off from him. Well, don't throw your hand up, man, and go out there and get in the world and become the worst whoremonger that it ever been. But what you do is you reach out because that's your midnight. That's the time the devil trying to break you. He's trying to turn you. People don't know what to do when trial comes. They give up. They get tired. They give in because midnight came and they don't know what to do. Well, here's what the devil intended to do to you. The devil is intended to cause you to get bitterness in your heart when you done help folks. You done been there for people. You done went there you done been there when people needed help. When people couldn't do what they needed to do, you stepped in and helped them, and they turn their back on you. Then that is designed to bring bitterness in your heart. That is designed to cause you to get mad and upset, and then don't do that which is right in the eyes of God. And that cause problem come upon you. Anytime we get jealous or mad or upset or let bitterness set in, God can't come in and work like he needs to work for you. He can't come in and fix the thing for you because you don't allow the enemy to set up shop in your heart or in your mind, and the enemy is using you as a tool, and you can't get deliverance. But when you realize that God will bless you when you humble yourself, when you pour out all the anger and frustration, when you pour all it out of your heart, out of your mind, and you begin to be a new lump, you say, Lord, here I am. I'm ready for you to mold me and shape me and help me and do as you want to do in my life. I am available for you. And Lord, I refuse to let bitterness set in. I refuse because people have mistreated me and did me wrong and left me for dead, try to hurt me, try to harm me. I refuse to be mad. I forgive them because, Lord, I want you to bless me. I'm in my hour now that I need help. I need strength. And Lord, I throw my hands up to you. I lift my hands up to you. I give my heart, I give my mind to you. Lord, I give you permission to come in and take away my midnight, to take away my trouble. See, in midnight, everybody just about to sleep. For the bigger part, most people are resting because they got to work the next day or do something the next day. So everybody else is sleeping and slumbering pretty much at midnight. And you by yourself, and you can't sleep. You're tossing, you're turning. You don't know what to do. The bank won't lend you any money. You can't get any money from from your job or from your friends, and you got bills that come due that got to be paid. You got car note, house rent that got to be addressed. And the devil will take that and say, see, you done did all this serving God. You done did all this here, going to church and reading your Bible and witnessing to people and talking about God. Now you got trouble come, and ain't nobody here to help you. Well, God said, I'm here. He said, just seek me and give yourself to me. Paul and Silas gave themselves to God when they were locked in that jail, and nobody came there to say, look, let me write out a check so these men can get out of jail. Nobody came and said, look, we made a mistake with these men. Let these men out. What Paul said was this: I don't care what y'all do to me. I don't care how much trouble comes, but I'm going to talk to God because I know I'm within my right as a Christian, as a servant of God, to break the yoke, to bring deliverance. And I don't care what y'all say. See, this will get the church in trouble a lot of times. When won't nobody help them and be merciful to them, get them what they need, meet they need, no matter how the preacher prayed for people, how he labeled for people, and people say, well, look, I'm not going to help him. And then he get upset and get bitter, and he begin to walk off the way of God. Well, people the same way in the world. You have people that been poor all their life and their needs ain't never been met. They ain't never had enough of nothing. And what they'll do is say, look, I might as well just sell out and do like everybody else doing. I don't care if I have to lie, steal, rob, or what it takes. But I'm not going to be hungry. My family ain't going to be hungry. My family ain't going to be in destitute. Well, the devil done came in and tricked your mind because your blessing come from God in the first place. It don't come from a paycheck. It don't come from a state. It don't come from a church. Your blessing, your deliverance, your strength, your healing, it come from the Lord. Your peace of mind come from God. You can't go to a psychiatrist and get a peace of mind. You can't go to a self-help group and get a peace of mind. If God don't give us a peace of mind, if God don't give us strength and hope in our mind and in our spirit, then we won't be delivered. God is our deliverer. In him, I done put my trust in. God is my mighty tower that I can run into and be saved. God is my hope. God is my deliverance. And that's what we got to get in our mind when the enemy fight and war and bring accusation against you. Well, see, the devil said, well, look, you ain't saved. Or the devil say, you saved, but you don't backslid. The devil said, well, you don't really know God in the first place. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with God helping you if you humble yourself. You can get to know God. You can be saved. You can be restored back to God. You can get delivered and set free in your mind if you have a conversation with God. If you realize that God is your hope in troubled time and dark days. Now, we have not seen no dark days yet. You just wait a minute. We have not seen people needing goods and needing necessity, needing food, needing shelter, needing clothes. You ain't seen nothing yet. You just wait a while. The devil is trying to sew this generation up. He's trying to take possession over everything that you need, that he can withhold it from you, that you can, in your heart, curse God. Because the devil is withholding what you need for your family. You got people dying at this very hour because they done come in and did war in their country and they done became refugees. They on mountains dying, starving to death. That's midnight. That's trouble time. That's the time you need a God to help you and hear your cry. That is the time you need God to come to your rescue when everybody done turn their back on you and nobody able to help you. Nobody, they won't let nobody come in and help those folks. And them folks on the mountain dying, they crying and they laying down because they know tomorrow, if I wake up, my child gonna be dead of starvation. If I wake up tomorrow, the thing gonna be the same. Where if you get a hold to God, get to the horns of the altar and cry out that God bring deliverance and strength, and God will bless and deliver and set us free. We do not have to be in destitute. We do not have to be at midnight where we can't get no help. We can't see nothing. We can't hear nothing. But God is on our side.